Compact crossovers like the Honda CR-V, Toyota RAV4, and Mazda CX-5 are known for being conservative, practical, staid, and sometimes boring-looking cars. Not this one. This is the all-new 2024 Chevrolet Trax Redline. Let's dig in straight to the Trax's styling. You have this long hood and an aggressive front end with these LED daytime running lights, LED headlights, and indicators. You also have this red line stuff, kaya nga red line, diba? And lots of gloss black trim here to give it a really sporty flavor. The side profile of the Trax is also equally attractive. The long bonnet and the short rear end makes it look more like a sporty wagon. The low roofline also helps the car with its sporty dynamic, and the upward sloping belt line here gives it a nice muscular feel. Also helping things out are these gloss black 18-inch alloy wheels wrapped in 225/55 series Goodyear tires. And yet again, more red lines there. But perhaps my favorite angle on the Chevrolet Trax is the back end. No saggy bottoms here. You have a nice, small, pert rear bumper, a sloping rear windscreen, and these awesome looking LED taillights that protrude and extend all the way into the rear fender. Step inside and the red line theme continues. You have these red accents on the dashboard and red stitching with red trim on these white and black leather seats. Although something I wish they worked on is the interior quality. All of these are scratchy and hard plastics, which even the Chinese have figured out are not a thing, especially a car of this price range. Also sprucing up the Trax Redline's interior are these digital displays. This is of course for the gauges, and this one is for the touchscreen infotainment system, which has superb resolution as expected of a car from South Korea. And if you put it in reverse, the rear camera is equally excellent. No surprise there from Land of the Samsung. Down here you have a single zone climate control system with steering wheel heating of all things. I really don't know why. You also have a wireless charging pad, a pair of cup holders, a handy place to put the remote, and even this huge center armrest which can carry a whole load of stuff. Despite the sexy roofline, the space in the back of the Trax is quite generous. You have excellent amounts of legroom and pretty good amount of headroom. Although again, this sloping roofline means it isn't quite as capacious as a CR-V or a RAV4. You do get charging ports over here and a pair of air conditioning vents there, and this very big center armrest with a pair of cup holders. Because the floor is flat, you can seat 3 back here, no problem at all. As is the fashion with modern crossovers, the Trax Redline has an electrically operated tailgate, which also has an internal release. Space in the back is not too bad for a car of this class, and there's even a space-saver spare wheel down here. The rear seats also fold flat for a maximum cargo capacity of 1,405 liters. What separates the Trax from many of its rivals, whether compact or subcompact, is its 1.2-liter 12-valve inline-3 gasoline engine with 137 horsepower and 220 Nm of torque. This is mated to a 6-speed automatic gearbox. Now that we've explored the all-new Chevrolet Trax, let's take it out on the road. Right, now we're behind the wheel of the 2024 Chevrolet Trax Redline, and the first thing you notice once you sit behind the wheel is that it feels really more like a sports sedan. Most compact crossovers, you sit up high and you're looking down on everybody else. In this case, you're sort of level with all the other drivers. It's also aided by the fact that the windows are quite small. A consequence of this, of course, is that rear visibility is quite poor. But nonetheless, that's why there's a great rear view camera here. Steering actually is very light, and the steering ratio is quick, so I can make very easy changes of direction with minimal input. However, I wish Chevrolet put a bit more weight on it, or at least made it adjustable. The brakes are very strong, and thank goodness they've put a firm pedal on this. I hope other car makers listen very carefully when I say I want a firm pedal on my brake, because it's easier to modulate. The transmission, of course, is a standard 6-speed automatic, and driving at below 2,000 RPM, it's pretty zippy as it is. And when you floor it, it makes a nice noise, although it's not quite as quick as a Coolray or GS3M Zoom. The ride, as you may notice, is on the firm side, but it's not very harsh unless you go in the biggest of bumps. And as a consequence of this sort of setup, the turning is actually very smooth indeed, although stiffer dampers would be welcome. And the driver's seat. I must say, this is electrically adjustable and there is good lower back support, although I wish they put more support for the thighs, so taller drivers would have better support here. On the whole, it's easy to drive and fairly economical. It gets 10 to 13 in the city and a rather impressive 17 to 20 on the expressway, so long as you don't mind the lack of acceleration. At 1,866,888 pesos, the 2024 Chevrolet Trax Redline occupies a rather unique niche in the car market. It is, of course, very stylish, easy to drive, sporty, and reasonably economical. However, it is surrounded by rivals both below and above it. The likes of the GAC GS3M Zoom are around 600,000 pesos less, while the all-new Honda CR-V, which is launching in September, is available with 7 seats, a more powerful 4-cylinder turbocharged engine at 2.1 million pesos. Did you enjoy this review? Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and like us on Facebook and follow us on TikTok and Instagram. I'm VJ Bakungan. I hope you always have a fun journey. See you around.